If you clicked on this video, chances are you probably want to learn how you can make a full-time income with online coaching. You've probably seen people talk about how much money they're making with online coaching. Some people making 3 to 5K a month, some people making 10 to 20, and you have other top dogs making between $50 and $100,000 every single month with online coaching. Well, in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can do the same thing, from everything from building your first offer to scaling that up consistently. Here's exactly how you can make a full-time income with online coaching. All right, to start us off, let's talk about offer and niche, right? So as an online coach, one of the first questions you're going to ask yourself is, what type of coaching should I offer? What niche should I be? Should I niche down maybe? Should I go broad? What does that look like? Well, the first thing we have to understand is the foundation of your offer will be the most important thing when it comes to the way you grow your business. So I always recommend for an online coach, you should be picking something that you know you are an expert at, okay? It should also be something you love doing. Okay, so find something you're really good at, you love doing, and if it really is going to help if you've been able to help other people do the same thing. So have you been able to help others? Okay. So if you're a fitness coach, a career coach, a finance, accounting, personal finance, have you been able to do this for others or even just for yourself, right? So a lot of online coaching will come down to, have I been able to do it and accomplish a specific goal that others may want, or have I been able to help others do it and maybe accomplish a goal that they wanted as well? Whatever you're helping people really do as far as your offer, it should be what we call a need, not a want, okay? Right? So do people really need your offer, right? Your solution, right? Are you going to be able to help someone change their life, the way they, the relationship, and speaking of which, some of the most popular offers out there fall under make money, okay? Helping people to make money. Another really big one is health and fitness. And then last but not least is relationships, okay? Love and relationships. So I've worked with people that help people go through a divorce, marry. Mindset is also really good here, right? That kind of fits under the health space here. These are just the most popular evergreen niches to be a part of. But honestly, the way coaching works now, you can help people with just about anything, right? Make money falls under business opportunities and lead generation, right? Like biz ops, and then leads, right? All that stuff falls under making money. So you can help a 9-to-5er make more money with a drop shipping store, Amazon FBA, reselling with shoes, or you could just help someone grow a business as well. That's another that falls under that. That's more like B2B, business to business. Okay. There's so many different niches though. I'm just listing off some to help you understand. You could also even go into Google if you're not really sure. Go into Google and type in popular coaching models or different niches of coaching models and figure out something that aligns with that. But just as long as you find that you're an expert at what you do, you love doing it, and you can help others, or maybe you helped yourself accomplish something. Some people help others overcome addiction, for example. Others help people learn a language, right? There's so many things that you can do. Just make sure your offer is a need, not a want. And what that really just means is that there are people out there that are always seeking for this solution. They're willing to pay for it because it helps them with a bigger goal. One of the things that you have to establish is, put a check mark here, does your solution, actually, let me back that up here. Does the problem your prospect has, the problem that your prospect has, does it impact other parts of their life, business, career, relationships, right? In fact, there's actually a name for it. It's called a ripple effect. Okay. That's how you're going to establish if your offer is, or the niche that you have is worth helping others, right? So that's going to be like the foundation. Is there a ripple effect? For example, if I'm someone that wants to help, go into the mindset coaching space, the type of people I want to work with and the offer that I have, is it impacting the other parts of someone's life? For example, you might want to do mindset coaching and help people overcome procrastination. specifically high performers overcome procrastination, because their procrastination is leading to a decrease in performance at their career. They're making less money, and now less money means less income for their family, and it's a ripple effect, as you can see there, right? It causes other bigger issues that cause problems that's worth solving. Okay, once you understand that, as far as how you're going to establish your niche or like who you help with, you have to understand the 3S model. And I've talked about this before on my channel, but you essentially want to help a specific person accomplish or overcome a specific problem with your specific solution. Okay, the 3S model here: specific person, specific problem, specific solution. So this is where we come down to the niching down that you probably have heard in so many different books and marketing trainings, talking about helping one specific person accomplish a specific problem and overcome a specific solution, or overcome a specific problem and accomplish a specific solution. This is so important because essentially what you'll be able to do is speak so closely to that person that what you'll be able to leverage in your marketing and in your messaging is the ability to relate to them, right? People want to invest into others that have gone through the same problems and issues that they've gone through as well. So if you can speak so clear to one person, regardless of how many followers you have, how much social proof you have, it doesn't really matter in most cases because they feel like you're speaking directly to them. So once you've established your offer, your niche, the 3S model, and establish your I help statement, which would be I help X, okay, accomplish Y without Z. I help X accomplish Y without Z. A great example of that is I help stay-at-home moms accomplish or lose, lose fat and build muscle without going to the gym. Boom. It's very specific. So guess what? The women out there that are stay-at-home moms and they hear that, you have this offer and they're dealing with losing weight, they can't go to the gym, right? They're gonna gravitate to your offer a lot more because it's so specific. It feels like, man, this offer was made for me. And that's what people want. They want tailor-made offers that align with exactly what they need and not like cookie-cut general information that doesn't really align with what they want. All right, so that's offer niche. This is important, and this is going to take the longest part about your journey as a coach. You're going to have a lot of uncertainty. You're not going to be clear as to what exactly who you want to work with. In most cases, the best way to establish exactly who you want to work with and how you're going to help them is getting a decent amount of clients. And as someone myself that works with so many coaches to help them start, craft amazing offers, and scale that up with paid marketing, I understand that this phase is the hardest part, right? You're not too sure, you have an idea, but because you haven't necessarily worked with a ton of people yet, you're not sure what type of person you want to work with and how you can help them. Now, I have a remedy for that and showing you exactly how you can get that data quickly and figure out exactly who you want to work with, which we'll talk about right now within the marketing section. Now, when we talk about marketing, I broke this down on my channel so many different times, but you will find that there's only really a handful of effective marketing models that you can really do. The first one, which is a really good beginner-friendly one, is organic marketing. Okay? This is posting content on IG and TikTok, even YouTube, right? Where you're posting content, short form, ideally short form content that's designed to get new eyeballs to your offer and your page pretty consistently and at a high volume, right? Like that's the idea. But now you're finding that it's becoming harder and harder to go viral, get a ton of reach and followers. Now, it's not impossible. It's very doable, but it's one of the slowest ways to actually get feedback and figure out who you want to help and how to get more clients, right? So this is innately really slow. There's also, right, cold outreach. This is like the worst out of the marketing strategies. This is where you go inside of Facebook groups. Maybe you reach out to family members and friends. Maybe you go out there and get email scraping softwares, LinkedIn as well, where you're trying to go out there and try to send a ton of messages and reach out to people. Now, I've already made tons of videos talking about why you should not be doing cold outreach. Check them out on my YouTube channel. But to summarize this and keep this video very short and linear, you just really want to focus more so on developing a strategy to get clients coming to you rather than you going out to them. And this is just so tedious. It's so exhausting. And you're basically going to fatigue yourself out and ultimately not pursue coaching full time because this is going to be the number one thing that stops you. It's lead generation. It's why most business owners fail. It's why most people start online coaching saying to themselves, man, I'm going to be an online coach. As long as I could just replace my income, I'll be fine. But they never actually accomplish that goal, because this is the thing that slows them down, is getting a reliable lead acquisition system. So Facebook groups, family members, and friends, LinkedIn. Okay. Like, you don't want to do any of that stuff. Not efficient at all. And then there's my favorite marketing strategy, which is IG, right? Where you take a personal brand and then you pair that up with paid ads. Okay, chances are right now on my YouTube channel, there is a pinned post called the Accelerator Thesis. It's on the homepage. If you're not seeing it there, scroll back and try to find it. That is one of the most important trainings end to end on exactly how you can set up what we call the Accelerator Funnel, which is designed to show you how to craft an amazing world-class offer to get your dream customers to say, yes, I want to sign up with you, showing you how to build an effortless acquisition system where you're building out a brand through short-form content and using paid ads to speed up that process, and then showing you an effortless client acquisition process to get leads coming through you effortlessly without you having to lift a finger, right? I know that sounds like a mouthful, but if you give that training a watch right after this video, you'll learn exactly what I do, how I help my students kind of scale and grow. To summarize what that looks like is we're going to take the best parts of organic marketing, which is your personal brand, creating content, and we're going to fuel that with paid ads, which allows you to accelerate the process of organic marketing. On average, it takes about 8 to 12 months to build a solid, consistent brand of organic followers that actually like who you are and want to sign up with what you have to offer. But that requires day in, day out consistency, right? Where you're posting 2-3 times a day. You potentially, once you have the opportunity to go live a few times a week, you're hosting events. You're creating multiple YouTube videos every single week. So someone that's probably working a full-time job, maybe you have a family member that you're responsible for, or an entire family, kids, a spouse. It just becomes very impossible to actually do coaching full-time if this is your lead acquisition or your main lead acquisition model. It's very doable. People have done it. Heck, I've done it. I used to work a full-time job, and I quit my job in 2021 to go coaching full-time. I was able to, a few months later, buy my dream car at the time, a 2021 Tesla Model 3, and do amazing things, right? It's possible, but it's not plausible. And at the time, I didn't have a family. I wasn't married. I didn't have kids to worry about. So I had all the time in the world as a young 21-year-old at the time to do this full time. And even I, at times, found it difficult as someone that was going to college and still had a full-time job. So if you want to put yourself in the best position to actually accomplish this goal of making online coaching your full-time income, I highly recommend using this strategy. Okay, you're going to create short form content, right? You only have to create it maybe 3 to 4 times a week, right? You're not having to do this full time, 3 to 4 times a week. And because you're using paid ads, right, with a healthy budget of about $500 a month is ideal. With a budget of $500 a month, you'll be able to learn how to grab followers and gain high quality followers through a funnel and a simple step-by-step process that is broken up into 3 stages, right? So there's top of funnel. Just top of funnel, right, where you're getting followers from ads. Okay, it's paid ads. All right, and pretend this is your IG profile, right? Say this is your IG profile. You're getting followers to follow you through paid ads. In the middle, you're creating short form content. So these are like reels. And then you're also running retargeting ads that are designed to get new followers and new people watching your content to see more and more of you. Okay. And this is the middle of funnel. And then at the bottom of funnel, you're qualifying leads through conversations inside the DMs. So you're going to use TMs, right? And then you're qualifying them to book them on a call. Right. This is a very dumbed down, simple version of what we teach, but it works so effortlessly because it's replicating. Imagine going viral organically, right? You're getting millions and millions of followers every day or every month, rather, watching your content. They're raving fans. They love what you have to offer. In most cases, it's really hard to accomplish that, right? It takes the 1% of creators to actually accomplish consistent virality, especially for a business. But you can replicate that on a day in, day out basis with about $500 to $600 a month in ad spend. Okay, where you're paying to get new leads that are qualified. They speak directly, or you speak directly to them in their issues, so they come back around ready to work with you, as long as you nurture them in the middle of funnel, right? So this part is very important People think just turning on ads is all they need to do. You'll see some people teach you how to set out a boost post, where you boost a post, get a ton of followers. That's all good and dandy, but what really takes us to the next level is the middle funnel. You're creating sales assets, you're setting up retargeting ads, so on and so such. Okay, so with the goal in mind of making this full time, right? How is this going to help you get to, your goal of maybe 5K a month, 10K a month, whatever your goal is to replace your income? Well, this is the part here, which is the acquisition process. Okay, this is where we help you understand exactly how to consistently take a complete stranger on the internet and turn them into a paying customer that works with you via Zoom calls. Now, I will pause real quick and talk about different coaching models. I do have a training on that. But I'm actually going to go back into the offer niche section so the acquisition section makes sense, right? So what's the most ideal coaching model? You, of course, could do, there's one version of this, which is one-on-one coaching, okay? Every week or every bi-week, you can set up a 30-minute to 60-minute Zoom call with your customers or your clients, and you coach them directly via Zoom to help them accomplish the goals that they have. For those of you in the fitness space, you might be able to take this a step further. You might have an app that people can fill out their progress through, and you can monitor that. You can provide direct message support through Discord, right? Facebook groups, school, Slack, right? These are all different channels you can use to communicate with your online students. Facebook groups. Okay, I use School and Slack personally. These are my two. I like School to host my online course and Slack to communicate with all my students. Okay, that's one model. Another model that I personally teach right now is group coaching paired with a course and a community. So your life will be a lot easier as an online coach if you have your students inside communicating and talking about ways that have helped them kind of progress throughout your program. So right now inside of my community in Slack, I have tons of students that reach out, ask questions, and I have other more experienced students respond to them for me without even lifting a finger. And having some form of community inside your coaching program will allow you to flourish and grow a lot faster and start to build out an ecosystem that kind of works without you having to lift a finger. Right, so that community element allows people to provide direct feedback, answer questions, concerns, and then you pair this up with group coaching where you can start to enroll more and more students without having to increase the time it takes to fulfill to each student. Because rather than doing one-on-one with every single student, now you're hosting maybe 1 or 2 calls a week that are Q&A style. The students hop on, they ask their questions. If they can't attend the group calls, that's fine. They can always shoot a message inside the community where you can respond there. But now you're not having to dedicate and fork over a ton of your time for every single student every week, every bi-week. Now it's the same amount of time you're committing to every single week. So it allows you to monitor this, manage this better, and still get amazing results. And of course, the course is designed to answer redundant and consistent questions that every newbie inside your program tends to ask. So your course can answer a lot of those questions. So instead of you having to get on a call and show them how to set this up or do this, you probably have some great trainings that you could put together inside your course that they can watch on their own. And then if they still have any lingering questions, then they of course can ask you. That is my favorite model. And I think every single online coach should work towards this. Maybe you start off with one-on-one coaching initially, and then you work your way up to this type of group coaching model. Now, with that in mind, to wrap up here, we'll talk about the acquisition process. How can you consistently get clients coming through the door? Well, to collect online payments, I like Stripe personally. One of the best ways to collect online payments. Stripe will then directly route the payments over to your bank account via wire. There is like a fee with Stripe, but I like Stripe because it's an easy payment processor. It allows people to pay through credit card, debit card. You can even set up an integration where you collect ACH wires. So Stripe is really easy, beginner friendly. They do take out some fees of your transaction. I believe up to this point, it's like 2.9%. And then an additional 30 cents on the back end of every transaction. But I honestly don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Once set up properly, you can then, every payment you collect online goes directly to your bank account after like a week of processing. Now, actually getting people on the phone, though, and selling your services should be done via Zoom call. Now, I've worked with students to help them sell directly through the DMs where they never have to take a sales call. But sales calls are very important, right? You need to take sales calls to handle any potential objections, answer questions, concerns, and essentially build that initial rapport with that prospect. Most people, they want to see who they're buying from, right? It's really easy to understand that in today's society, a lot of scams happen. A lot of people, there's a lot of fraud going on. So people want to make sure that they get on the phone, they can connect with you, they can build rapport with you. And then if they have questions, concerns, that's your job as a business owner to navigate any of those objections and concerns they may have via a Zoom call or Google Meet, whatever you find to work well. And I break this down in a lot of my trainings, but essentially what you can do to eventually scale this up is hire a team member called an appointment setter. Their job is to go inside your DMs. They're commission only. And their job is to go inside your DMs and manage all the DMs for you, right? Like if you're starting to get a ton of followers, leads, you're going to start having a ton of conversations. You probably can't do this full time, or shouldn't be doing this full time once you have this working and optimized. So you can get a commission only appointment setter to go in, manage your DM conversations for you, and start to set up these appointments, qualify the leads, and set them up for you. In today's society, you have a lot of people trying to push the importance of, or trying to set up automated direct message tools like ManyChat. I'm not a big fan of that. A lot of people can sniff that out. I like having genuine, authentic conversations. This is what we call the bottom of the funnel, right? If I scroll out here, this is the bottom of the funnel. This is where the leads are closest to the money. So you want to take as extra time and care with these people and treat them like a potential customer, because they are one, right? So don't automate this process. Make it very genuine and authentic, and develop a really good strategy to get and qualify leads. Personally, we like to ask questions like, what are your business goals? What are the issues that you're struggling with? And what are you looking to do to overcome them? If we find that they fit within the bill of who we would like to work with, we'll give them an opportunity to book in a free strategy call. From there, if we like who they are, they can afford our services, we'll close them, sign them up, and get them inside our program. Okay. So ideally, the biggest thing here to understand is that with quitting your job and making a healthy income, it makes sense that with your offer, you're charging what we call high ticket, right? High ticket coaching is the best way to get a fast return on investment and scale up quickly, right? So you should be charging $1,000 or more for your services. Most of the people that I speak to, making $5 to $10K a month is the dream. That's about 5 to 10 students every single month with a good high ticket offer. And then we can talk about, back end recurring revenue that you can set up with existing students. But if you're charging, $297 or $500 for your services, it's not that you can't replace your income, but it's just going to take way more students, way more capital, way more effort to get those people through the door. So a common question I get people saying all the time is, Alex, I don't know if people can afford my offer. And it goes back down to this middle part right here, which is the marketing, right? If you do a good enough job marketing to the right people, they'll be willing to pay you for your offer, right? It's a no-brainer if you're speaking to the people that genuinely need what you have to sell. So I always challenge people's thoughts on this is like, hey, look, are you not charging enough because you don't think you're worth enough, or you think people just can't, quote unquote, afford what you have to offer? And most people want to charge more. And I tell them in most cases, you should be charging more. That means if you're dealing with issues with people being able to afford it, that means you might not be speaking to the right people. All right. If you do this correctly, within about 90 to 90 days or so, 3 to 4 months or so, you can quit your job and replace your income that you're making right now at your current job really effectively. But it requires good time, effort, and consistency. On my channel now, I've been able to interview some amazing students, including one student named Nick. We helped actually quit his 9-to-5 job where he was making a good amount of money and scale all the way up to $40K a month consistently with online coaching. Feel free to check out that video there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.